अत्याचार करके खून करके उसको जला दिया है, उसको परिवार को देखने भी नहीं दिया है। মহিলাদের আমি বলবো বিলকিস মানুষ যারা হত্যাকারী গুজরাটে চন্দিমা শশীদের আমি দেখেছি মালাদের মিছিল করেছে, ধর্ণা দিয়ে গান্ধী মূর্তির পাশে 48 आवर्स বসে থাকবে। बदनाम करने के लिए बंगाल के बारे में कहते हैं, लेकिन क्या चल रहा है यूपी में, जो उन्नाव के बारे में हुआ है, जो रेप विक्टिम्स उसका रिलेटिव जो है दोनों तो मर गया। हमने ऐसा देखा है संवाद में, हाई पावर इंक्वायरी होना चाहिए।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You just heard the Bengal Chief Minister take up the cudgels and crusading for women's safety. She fought for Bilkis Bano and the Betis of Hathras and Unnao, and rightly so. But is the outrage of Mamata Banerjee and women's rights lobby selective? What about Bengal ki beti? A trainee doctor was brutalized in the RG Kar hospital, and there were 14 injuries across her head, face, neck and arms and genitals. There was evidence of forceful penetration, and the cause of death was manual strangulation. Does she not deserve justice? Today, there is another Nirbhaya-like movement in India, an organic civil campaign where women are fighting back. We are not going to be blamed for being ravaged by men. We refuse to be locked up at home because the police cannot ensure our safety, and we reject the sexist mindset where women are called dented and painted and parkati for demanding justice. Unfortunately, while Betis of Bharat are fighting to reclaim their safety with Shakti, the netas of Trinamool Congress have shocked and appalled the nation. The advisor to Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee suggests that women should not be at work after sunset, and that is the new rule that will be applied to all hospitals. They cannot ensure safety of women, so women should not come out at night for work. A Trinamool Congress member of parliament says that in the garb of protesting, doctors are going out with their boyfriends. Abominable statements coming in from the Trinamool Congress leaders. TMC Minister Udayan Guha gives yet another dhamki. First said people are coming out to protest because they want to get away from their husbands. That's why they are out on the streets at night. And now he gives a dhamki that fingers of critics of Mamata Banerjee should be broken. Jo ungli uthegi, ungli tod denge. This is Bengal. But nobody is calling it dictatorship. Nobody is calling this dictatorship. Watch this shocking tirade of dhamkis and derision unleashed by the party under whose watch Shakti was brutalized and murdered.
কারণ আমরা ভালো করে জানি যে এই সব লোকগুলো শহরে একটা অশান্তি করতে চাইছে, তাই আমরা চুপ করে আছি। আর আমরা যদি অশান্তি করি তাহলে তারা থাকবে কোথায় সেটা তারা জানে না।
Wherever possible, night duty may be avoided for women to the extent possible.
ডাক্তাররা যদি ডাক্তারি না করে অবরোধের নাম করে বাড়ি চলে যায়, যদি বয়ফ্রেন্ড নিয়ে ঘুরতে যায় তাহলে তো অটোমেটিক হবেই।
But is it only dhamkis and sexism? Many are even alleging a sinister cover-up by the state. And today, Times Now has access to testimonies which back the parents' claim that the Bengal police was hurriedly trying to cremate the body of our young resident doctor, even before her mother had arrived the cremation spot. But why? Why the rush? Watch what the crematorium staff have alleged.
पुलिस आके हमको जानकारी दी हम लोग को एक लड़की ऐसे हुआ हम लोग तो बोले हैं आपको मालूम है थोड़ा जल्दी हो सकते थे हम लोग ठीक है हो सकता है कि सवेरे के मरा हुआ है 12 बजे तो ऐसे तो डिकम्पोज होने का तो चांस ही होगा
बॉडी जे যার বাড়ির লোক তার বাড়ির লোক এসে পরে এসে পুলিশ বলছে বডি তাকে জলদি করো
পুলিশ এটা বলছিল জলদি করো
হ্যাঁ এটাই বলেছে
আর যখন বডি এসছে তখন পরিবারের লোকেরা ছিল কি
পরিবারের লোকরা তখন মা যখন এসছে তখন ওই তোমার বডি ঢোকানোর পরে তখন কি অস্থিটাকে গঙ্গা বিসর্জন করেছে
মানে যখন ভিতরে নিয়ে গেছে তখন মা ছিল
না তারপরে হয়তো এসে হয়ে যখন হয়ে গেছে তখন গিয়ে অস্থি গঙ্গা বিসর্জন করে দিয়েছে
Such discrepancies raise many questions, but the India alliance partners of Trinamool Congress have only offered token lip service for Bengal's Shakti. Let me explain why the outrage over women's safety is so selective. On Kathua, Rahul Gandhi asked, how can anyone, read BJP netas, protect culprits of such evil? But on Kolkata rape, Rahul said, from Hathras, Unnao, Kathua to now Kolkata, every party must act to ensure safety. No names taken. Please read and watch carefully. During Hathras, Akhilesh Yadav attacked the Yogi Sarkar, saying BJP government is protecting itself, not probing the death. But right now, what is he saying? He says, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, being a woman, understands the pain and has acted. Matter over, file closed, move forward. During Hathras, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra went to meet the victims' family and said Yogi Adityanath has no moral right to continue as Chief Minister. Today, she's only said one tweet. There have been crimes against women in Kolkata, Bihar, Uttarakhand and UP. So all combined in one tweet. Do you see how the outrage is muted, how it is spread out? No demand for resignation, no question raised over cover-up, no questions asked about how protesters have been attacked, and no questions about statements coming in from Trinamool Congress leaders. No outrage about keeping women at home at night because it's not safe and the state cannot provide any security. Nobody is calling it dictatorship. Nobody is calling it a failure of law and order. Nobody. The same old people who would raise their voice, who would demand resignations every now and then, who would talk about freedom of speech, protection of the Constitution, are absolutely silent when protesting doctors are being summoned. When Trinamool netas themselves have to apply for anticipatory bail because they raised questions. Not one word about Samvidhan or dictatorship. Is it because Bengal is not a BJP-ruled state, but ruled by an India alliance partner? So, ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question we are asking on the Newshour tonight, why no Mamata for Bengal's Shakti? That's the question and that's the debate coming up on the other side.
You're watching the Newshour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
And joining me tonight on the Newshour, Lokit Chatterjee, former Member of Parliament and State General Secretary of the BJP in West Bengal. Also joining me this evening is Manav Jaiswal, national spokesperson of the Trinamool Congress. With me on the show, Dr. Harsh Mahajan, founder and managing director of Mahajan Imaging, Padma Shri, part of all the Padma Shri doctors who have written to the Prime Minister. Also joining me this evening, Vivek Srivastav, political analyst, Tehseen Poonawala, Srilekha Mitro, actress. She's on the show, and also joining me tonight is Dr. Subarna Goswami, Additional General Secretary of the All India Federation of Government Doctors and member of the Joint Forum of Doctors. My first question goes to Manav Jaiswal. And Manav Jaiswal, my question to you is just simply this. All through the elections, we heard the India Alliance, the Trinamool Congress talking about dictatorship in the country. Tonight, I just have this question. Today, what is happening in Bengal, doesn't it look like dictatorship to you? All those people who have raised questions, your minister comes out and says, ungli tod denge unki. Jo ungli uthayega, ungli tod denge. Somebody else comes out, a Trinamool Congress leader comes out and says women doctors are coming out and protesting, and they are only out because they want to meet their boyfriends. Advisor to Mamata Banerjee says that women will not be given night duties because the state government cannot provide security to women. Is that the status of law and order and security? I want to ask you, Manav Jaiswal, it's taken women centuries to get to this point. Do you want women in Bengal to go backwards and not work at night? And that is the advice coming in from the advisor, and ministers and Trinamool Congress leaders raising questions, notices going out to anybody who's raising any question. Is this freedom of speech? Does this not look like dictatorship to you, Manavji?
First of all, namaskar to the nation, Navika. Navika, whatever, the statement that the opening remark that you are giving today is saddening. It's a difficult situation for Bengal, undoubtedly. It's a horrifying for every woman in the country to even think about it. But as far as calling Bengal a dictatorial proposition, it's completely out of box. People, whoever be our leaders, be an MLA, be an MP, be a leader, whoever is not standing with that bitiya, whoever is not standing with that family, is not part of the TMC Kutum. Trinamool Congress, the only woman chief minister party in the country. You know Mamata Banerjee even more than what I know. She's been inspiration for the millions and millions of people in the country. It's not because she's the chief minister, but because of the journey, because of the struggle, because of the sangharsh, and because of the all woman-oriented scheme that she has been able to deliver flamboyantly year after year, year after year, year after year. We don't shy away from our responsibility. People of Bengal, they are hurt. Every mother of the country is hurt. We are with them. Mamata Banerjee is with them. Our leader, Abhishek Banerjee, is with them. Every Karyakarta of the state is with them. The 12 crore population is with the family. Whatever has happened in last 10 days, from 9th of August and now, the judiciary has its own course, the administration has its own course. There have been all kind of narratives which has been, plundering the Twitter account or the FBI, Facebook account and the rest in the country. You know how it is being manipulated, how the things are being bought, and the tweets are retweeted, and the Instagram is taking the millions and millions followers. You know it very well. I don't need to answer on that. But on the grassroots level, we are working hard. You talking about the close aid of Mamata Banerjee stating that we would not be giving any women, night shift? Wrong. Mamata Banerjee overnightly came about with a plan, Ratire Sathi, companion at night. Only for the women doctors and women employees in the state. They will be guarded by the women security team. They will be installed with the mobile app. There will be alarm system which will be done. See, I don't want to say that we knew that this is going to happen. If we would have known that this thing can happen in Bengal, we would have implemented Ratire Sathi long time back. We don't visualize. We are not astrologers. But what we are there, we are standing with the family. A lot of wrong, myth or different kind of narratives are being set off by BJP. They will do it. This is a political party. BJP is just sheer political party. They only have one agenda to do politics. Year after year after, and everybody knows about it. When you talk about having a dictatorship where people don't have right to speak, do you remember Hathras when, the reporters are not allowed to visit?
But
you've forgotten the place called
But even today, notices are being sent to anybody who's raising questions on social media. So how is it different?
No.
Number one. Number two, your own minister, Udayan Guha, has said any fingers that will be raised will be broken. Is that not dictatorial, or you didn't hear about it? And you did not hear about the advisor's statement where he said that, that is the recommendation that he is given, that at night women should not be deployed to work. And have you not heard Mr. Arup Chakraborty, who said women who are protesting are actually coming out so that they can go around with their boyfriends? I want to ask you, Manav Jaiswal, not one statement condemning your own leaders. Instead, summons and questions have gone to Shukhendu Shekhar Roy because he asked that the police commissioner should be questioned. Today he is in the Calcutta High Court. Forget everybody else. He's your own leader. He's your own Rajya Sabha member of parliament. He has applied for an anticipatory bail, and you're saying there's no dictatorship.
No, Navika, let's take it one to one. First of all, people like Udayan Guha, people like the other leaders who have mocked or who have been, given a statement at it, trust me, Mamata Banerjee will take count on that. Udayan Guha was reprimanded a couple of weeks back for his nonsensical remarks. He has been told that if he does not say sorry to the nation, he would be sacked. This all has happened. I would not justify what Udayan Guha has to say.
He's a minister.
He will be taken. He will be ripped off with the ministership and whatever it is.
When, sir?
Mamata Banerjee will not let go. Mamata Banerjee is the person who is the right person you need to ask her. And she would take action. Don't worry. And as far as the dictatorialship is concerned, isn't it a democracy that you have a right to go to court? Was it right to, address a commissioner of police while the investigation is on and, claim an adjective, which was definitely not there? Okay. When you talk about dictatorialship, do you remember, Navika, Lakhimpur Kheri? Were you allowed to go and visit? Did you go there? Did you reach? No.
My reporters were there.
That. Even in parliament, Navika, even your reporters were not available there. Even in parliament today, they have been boxed. Forgotten? Just a couple of weeks, this incident happened. They're not allowed to roam around in the parliament. This is dictatorial. And I don't want to give a different narrative.
Okay. All right.
What has happened in Bengal?
Bengal is not dictatorial. Mamata Banerjee is not a dictator. Lockit Chatterjee, please respond to Manav Jaiswal. You are doing politics. The BJP is doing politics. Please respond.
नविका जी, पहले तो मैं बोलती हूँ कि ममता बनर्जी का हिस्ट्री मानव जी ने पूरा बता रहे थे, तो मुझे एक बात बोलना है। 2011 से सरकार चल रहा है, अभी 2024 है। कामदुनी, पार्क स्ट्रीट, काकदी, बहुत सारा इंसिडेंट महिला को लेके, महिला को रेप करके मर्डर कर दिया, बहुत सारा कुछ हुआ था। एक भी दोषी का विचार ममता बनर्जी ने नहीं किया, हिस्ट्री में नहीं है। बेकसूर खलास हुआ कामदुनी का केसेस में। ये बोल रहे कि इन लोगों को विचार होगा। ममता बनर्जी इज ओनली वुमन चीफ मिनिस्टर इन कंट्री, मतलब सिंपैथी का बात कर रहे हैं। ममता बनर्जी जब आए थे, उनका जो विक्षोभ प्रदर्शन आंदोलन हुआ था, पश्चिम बंगाल पूरा देखा, हम लोग उससे सीखा। लेकिन आज हम लोग जो देख रहे हैं कि कोलकाता पुलिस बोलिए, पूरा ममता बनर्जी का एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन बोलिए, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर पूरा फेलियर है, और इसके पीछे में बहुत सारा कॉन्स्पिरेसी चल रहा है। ममता बनर्जी बोल रहे इसमें राजनीति नहीं होना चाहिए, लेकिन खुद का सरकार के विरुद्ध में रास्ते के ऊपर आ गया है। खुद के लिए पूरा रास्ता फ्री है, लेकिन दूसरा कोई जनता, नर्स, एडवोकेट, डॉक्टर्स जब रास्ते के ऊपर खड़ा होते हैं, उसके लिए 144 लगा देते हैं। ये क्या राजनीति नहीं है? हम लोग कभी राजनीति का बात किया, बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट का बात किया, बीजेपी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का बात किया, लेकिन खुद मंच पे उठकर ममता बनर्जी
राम बाम करके बोल रहे हैं कि तोड़ फोड़ किया है राम बाम, तो राजनीति कौन लेके आ रहे हैं? ओके, मानव जायसवाल, अभी लॉकेट चैटर्जी कह रही है कि आपने राजनीति किया है, यू हैव पोलिटिसाइज्ड।
It has to be in English or Hindi?
Be my guest. বাংলায় বলতে পারেন
না না, আমি জানতাম না কি যেহেতু এখানে এখন ইংরেজিতে ডিবেট আছে কি হিন্দিতে আছে, whichever language you are comfortable with. What is the...
Please speak.
Yeah. So it was about Hindi, na? Navika, is it a Hindi show or is it an English show?
It's an English show, but we are okay with any. We are okay with.
No, I need to tell you, Navika. I need to tell you two things. Let's forget about politics on one side. I know that BJP is not doing politics. We all know about it. What support has she given to the administration? What kind of support her entire team in Bengal has given to the administration? What actions she has taken that the administration should be more proactive? They have only acted as a hindrance. Talking about Rambam is not a problem. The problem is to assassinate Mamata Banerjee. The problem is Mamata Banerjee should resign. This is politicking, isn't it? When you come down on the street and you stop the vehicle of the crematory vehicle which was going for the cremation, when you stop it in the middle of the road, this is politics. When you go do Holla and you go about rampant, going to the,
But Manav Jaiswal, why was the body taken in a hurry is also a question that will be asked. Is that politics to ask that question? Because there are statements come in from the employees at the cremation ground that before the mother of our Beti, Shakti, before she had reached the cremation spot, the police was in a hurry. The police was in a hurry to cremate the body. Should we not ask that question? Why?
I'm answering. No, what has happened? There's such a heinous crime. Please, Shalika, 1 second. Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah. While the body was...
No, Srilata, he's making a point. I'll come to you. Yeah.
Give me 10 seconds. Give me 10 seconds. Navika, what had happened? The body, not the body, the Shakti. When they took Shakti away, it was the whole family was traumatized. The parents were very heartbroken. So normally it's a very human act that you give them a space. It's a crime, something like that. I don't have word to explain. So it was just done. Okay, there are 2 more bodies to come. You just go ahead. Let the family go in peace. Let the family go back home. Because the memory, the time that you spend with the body, the dead body, it's quite heart-filling. I cannot explain.
Okay.
Because even I have been through incidences where you have seen someone close to you has died, and then you need to let go that whole traumatic situation. So that was it. It was a very human act by the police. And if the people out there, anybody who would have objected it, it would have been stopped. Nobody done that. Today, you can interject a lot of things. You can go back in the time and you can think, this could have been done, that could have been done. But that moment is very important when you take decisions.
Okay.
And it was done with the consent of the family. It was nothing done on the permission of the family. You have to understand that. Let's not set a narrative which we don't do it. We are the only political party who also give funds for the cremations. We work with the families. How can you do that?
You are the only political party that gives funds for the cremations. When a young doctor is raped, murdered.
No, it's not about this doctor. It's about the general people. The people who cannot afford.
You're saying we give funds for cremation. I don't know.
No. It's for the of course it is. We do it for every poor family. Because Mamata Banerjee, for her whole life, she has experienced it. There have been times that people didn't have money to cremate their near and dear ones.
I'm at a loss for words. But there are people on this panel who have questions for you, so I'm going to get them in one by one. First, let me get in Dr. Harsh Mahajan. Srilekha, I'm coming to you. Dr. Harsh Mahajan, as a doctor, can you even fathom a situation where a young resident doctor is just going to catch a wink in a seminar room and she's so brutally handled and nobody even heard her screams? And after that, the sequence of events that are in public domain, does it not make your blood boil कि किसी ने सुना ही नहीं उसको? What kind of security? And this is a Sarkari hospital. This is a government hospital. Dr. Harsh Mahajan, what am I to ask you? You know, when an advisor actually recommends and says, don't put women on duty at night, is this even acceptable in the 21st century?
Thank you, Navika. Let's leave the politics behind, because I think that diverts the entire issue. The main thing is there are two issues right now. One, to actually find and punish the culprits who have perpetrated this crime. And I'm sure as the investigation goes ahead, we will find the culprits. We will find those who were unable to hear the shouts or the cries. We will probably do justice to Shakti, as you call her. And it is unimaginable that a girl who's on duty for 36 hours, which many residents do on a regular basis, she goes to catch a little sleep, and there she's raped and murdered in a most brutal manner. I think this crime has to be solved. The CBI is now involved. Even the Honorable Supreme Court has taken suo motu cognizance, and we hope that it'll reach its conclusion and the culprits will be given the harshest of punishment that there is. Having said that, there is a larger issue as well. You know, we as doctors, our organizations, for years, we've been raising this issue of violence against doctors, healthcare professions, the tod-por that happens in hospitals, in medical institutions. And that, this incident has happened. Very unfortunate, but we need to actually bring in laws, bring in, systems to see that this does not repeat. And this is not an isolated incident. So many have happened in the past. You do know that in 2019, there was a bill that was to be tabled in Parliament, which was to be specifically for protection of healthcare workers and the institutions. Somehow it was felt at that time that the existing laws of the land are adequate, and to meet anything that happens. We find over these 5 years that we do sincerely need a special separate law to address violence against doctors. And that is why we 71 Padma awardees actually got together. We are an informal group. We are not an organization or an association on Sunday. And we felt that we need to add our weight to all the protests that are taking place in the country. And towards that end, we wrote this letter to the Prime Minister requesting him two things. One, that harsh punishment be given in every case in a time-bound manner. And two, that a separate law be brought in.
While I appreciate
these situations.
While I appreciate the point you make, Dr. Harsh Mahajan, let me get in Srilekha. Srilekha, after Nirbhaya in 2012, there were laws that were brought in. Fast-track justice was supposed to be given, but the Nirbhaya case itself took 8 years through the various appeals. Today, where are we? Are we back to square one? Because we are looking at damage to hospitals. The damage that is done by protesters or damage that is done by the hospital in order to remove the evidence, because there are those charges that are coming up.
And especially Arjikar Hospital had been attacked. Actually, Meenakshi, who is one of our comrade, actually, which is from CPM. So they had actually organized, they were trying to prevent the cremation. If Meenakshi wouldn't have stopped it, then the cremation would have happened, the body would have gone, and everything, this entire movement wouldn't have taken place. So Manav ji, he was saying that this was out of sympathy or out of emotion. Sir, this is a very well-made script that you had been narrating so far, and I was bound to listen. This is, and no, don't object. No, don't object. I have let you speak, so let me speak. Let me take my point. Let me make my point.
I'll give you time to counter, Manav. Please hear her out.
Initially, this case was hushed up as a suicide case. So, I mean, we all have unfortunately seen the image of Shakti, as you name her, the image of the brutality which had happened, which had taken place. So how can the administration of the said hospital, along with the police or whoever, had claimed it to be a suicide? A. B is the demolition of the department of the, say, this is a crime scene. A crime scene cannot be contaminated, but it had been done. Then there were peaceful congregation of doctors as well as other protesters. So they have started this 144 dhara, 144 dhara, so that people don't protest. Even the same had happened yesterday during the Mohun Bagan East Bengal match, derby match, which had been cancelled because the government had probably been afraid, or because the machinery has failed. The state machinery has failed miserably. So in the stadium, in the entire stadium, if 60,000 people would have asked for justice, the entire nation probably would have seen how or what is happening inside the state. So that is probably one of the reasons that derby match was cancelled, and there were massive police atrocities towards the supporters. So this is, according to me, a premeditated murder, ma'am, because the said girl, the lady doctor, she was scared to go to work, A. B, her car was vandalized by the TMC supporters or the TMC, whoever was in the college. See, there is a certain...
there are a lot of charges. There are a lot of charges that you have articulated, Srilekha. Let's give Manav a chance to respond to each one of those charges. There is the question of why it was called a suicide.
One more thing, please.
Okay.
Actually, we had forgotten that we are living in a democratic society. People are scared to come out and speak, and hence people have, the fact being that I had spoken against the system, people are somewhat, have gone haywire because they're afraid of this government. This government is vindictive.
Okay, all right. You charge Manav Jaiswal, please respond.
No, there has to be 4 or 5 instances that she has pointed out. First of all, empathizing with the family, so it is wrong. So a body which has gone through post-mortem, the family which is under dire shock, so you give a timeline, Tilega, that how long should we keep the dead body before cremation? Secondly, you spoke about suicide. That is, the police did not talk about suicide. The police did not call the parent of the family.
Who said then?
It was done from the hospital by the parents and friends of the doctor, the victim.
No,
you have to understand that. Let's forget it. I'm not interrupting you. Then she has come up with this crime scene.
Your government has hushed up many things before.
Okay, all right. Allow him to respond. So far, the theory of friends calling has not come up.
I'm using a pointer.
So far, nobody has come. Lockit Chatterjee, was it the friends who called up? Was it the friends of Shakti who called up and said it's a suicide? Or is this a new fact that is coming out today?
They were the doctors, the colleagues, friends and colleagues. I wanted to say that.
And the friends and colleagues don't know the difference between a murder and a suicide?
No, Navika, they did not call it just to call it a suicide. They did not want to inform the family that what has happened. Just to not give them a shock. It was a human touch that something has happened, suicide and whatever. They had to give some excuse. We never go and tell even to a relative that someone has died in the family. Arey wo mar gaya hai, ab abhi aa jaiye. Can we do that? Can anybody on the panel do that?
No, so
I'm asking you.
No, I'm asking
what we do is
you. No, I'm asking you. The principal who had been appointed, was it not his job to call up the parents? And why does the principal keep coming back to this college? Has the Trinamool Congress answered that question?
Navika.
Yes, sir.
He has not done his duty. He should have taken the onus of his responsibility. He would be taken into account.
Fantastic. Manav Jaiswal, fantastic. He has not done his duty. Srilekha, 1 minute. He has not done his duty, but it was not the Mamata government which removed him. It was the Kolkata High Court which had to order the removal of the principal. You know that he had not done his duty, but the Kolkata High Court had to intervene. Now, Tehseen Poonawalla, I want to ask you, if he had not done his duty, if it is such a sensitive government, then why are so many questions still staring us in the face?
Thank you, Navika ji. It's not a sensitive government. The principal was reinstated after 4 hours. It's not a government that's completely fulfilled its duty. But what you also have to understand is whatever dereliction by the Kolkata police happened in the beginning, they caught an accused within a few hours. 5 days since the matter has been handed on to CBI. What has CBI done? Nothing. The doctor who's on your panel, the Padma Shri awardee, is absolutely right. That no new laws have been updated, the laws have not come in. The 2019 mob violence for doctors is based on my judgment in the Supreme Court on mob violence. The government has backed out of it repeatedly. We are talking to the government. Now, this is straightly a union subject. The union does not want to do anything. Now we further know that there's more technology that's come in. Laws need to be updated. Fast track trials, courts need to come in. The Honorable Prime Minister needs to call a meeting of all opposition chief ministers, leader of opposition. Sit there, chair the meeting, and get these issues resolved.
Fantastic.
Nothing except politics.
Fantastic idea. I commend your idea, Tehseen Poonawalla.
I would like to make
but how come such philosophies don't come out when such an incident, God forbid, happened in BJP ruled state? All this knowledge, all this so-called philosophy, this all these reforms, all of these come into the minds only when it is an India alliance ruled state. And let me get in Lockett Chatterjee.
To answer that, you cannot make a statement and get it. Just let me allow that. I have said the very same thing for Hathras and Unnao. The problem is BJP only wants to talk about West Bengal, not about it. Why is Ram Rahim out, Navika ma'am? Why is Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, who you fought against, not arrested? Why is Asaram out? You ask the ex-member of parliament sitting on your show, she will not be able to answer. That is the problem with BJP. Me and Vivek are here. We're condemning TMC. We have the guts to do it. They will not say Ram Rahim should not be out. They will defend it. They will defend Asaram and run away. They will run away from the show when you ask them.
Lockett Chatterjee, my question to you before you get up. Lockett Chatterjee, if you can please. Well, she's got an important call.
You ask them about Asaram, Ram Rahim, they run away. You ask them about BJP root states, Brijbhushan Sharan Singh, they run away.
You ask them about Hathras, they will run away. Navika, there's been no time and again they have done this. So we are not shying away.
The person is taking the answer. We are not defending TMC.
Whatever lackluster has happened, we are taking responsibility. Our Netri is not running away. The CBI is there for last 5 days. What happened?
Manav Jaiswal, on the Newshour tonight, you have agreed that Udayan Guha made a statement that he should not have made. He will be sacked. Abhi tak to hua nahi. You have made a statement on the show tonight that the principal was wrong, but aapne nahi hataya, Calcutta High Court ne hataya. You are saying that questions need to be asked and we are hanging our heads in shame, but all those people who are asking questions have got notices. Manav Jaiswal, what are you saying?
No, Navika. People who have asked questions, they have not been into town too. People who have had a malign agenda and they are putting tweets which are completely out of the box, which is not even a fact, who are doing a fake propaganda. They have been questioned.
Okay.
Don't you have a right to question them?
While you should be questioning, the principal, you have been questioning the people who have been tweeting. Vivek Srivastava, Manav Jaiswal agrees with the ministers, the Trinamool Congress leaders, the principal, everybody is at fault. But notices are going to those who are asking the questions. Is that acceptable?
No, absolutely not. I think, Manav Jaiswal, you are whitewashing it today and not speaking what should we be speaking. There are times when the governments are wrong, when the time when people of our own party are wrong. However, anyone, you should be brave enough to come, accept it, make improvements and move ahead. You have been making faults after faults. Number one, it was the doctors at the instance of the principal of the college which informed the family it was a suicide and it was a deliberate attempt to misguide. It is very clear everywhere and it has been clear to us for a long time. Number two, the preliminary post-mortem report which came, which all the left leaders sat down with the doctors and we analyzed. At that time, there were multiple injuries on the body. It was very evident that one person could not have done it. However, again, there was a whitewash. You went ahead and caught that man. We do not know if he is the only accused. So that again is yet to come. Number three, now what you are trying to do, and today again the communists have criticized it. The CPI National Secretary, Mr. Narayana, was in Patna. He made a statement. He said that you are harassing your own member parliament of the Rajya Sabha. If somebody is trying to raise an issue, let him raise an issue. The police has no business to be sending notices. The only thing is now that the case is with the CBI, at least we should have the decency of letting the CBI function independently. That is the basic thing. And don't try to stop the voices.
Manav Jaiswal, all I can say in this case is when such an incident takes place, there has to be one quick action. In this case, the state government has not been able to give anybody the confidence that the investigation was fair, the investigation was prompt, there was construction, there was tampering of the crime scene, there was the principal, who sat there, dereliction of duty, not removed. When he resigns in 4 hours, he gets another plum appointment. Manav Jaiswal, perception.
Yes.
And what about women? How are you going to give confidence to the women in Bengal today?
I'll tell you. Navika, you have been in this industry for many, many years. Give me one instance in the entire history of your career that a chief minister under these dire circumstances has stood with the family, has gone and met the family within first 2 days.
Oh.
Give me one instance.
And she's also taken out a protest. She's also taken out a protest against her own government and its failures, and it's supposed to give me confidence. It's supposed to give me confidence.
Navika, this was the Padyatra was not against the government. The Padyatra was to make people aware, to flabbergast this propaganda, of the BJP and the CPM and the other agenda.
So you are more interested in controlling the propaganda than for justice for Shakti. Well, I leave the judgment to the viewers of the Newshour tonight. Do you think the Mamata government has done enough? Do you think the botch-up that we can see, they can't see? Do you think Shakti will get justice when the fact of the matter is that the crime scene was tampered with, and every single time questions are raised, we are only given excuses? Action will be taken against the minister, action will be taken against a leader. There is no dictatorship. Mamata Banerjee is extremely sympathetic and sensitive to the entire issue. Well, you be the judge, because before the Supreme Court hears this matter, we will see what the Supreme Court has to say tomorrow. But is justice anywhere close to being done? We will fight on, because fighting for Shakti with Shakti is what we will do. We as a nation will not bow our heads to any of them. We leave it at that. Thank you very much to my panelists for joining me on the Newshour tonight.